Hello, I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. If you don't know me and you haven't been to my YouTube channel before, you probably don't know that what I do here is I name and shame individuals who are promoting or running Ponzi schemes or scams. So recently I've been keeping an eye on a scam that's already fallen over called LSSC, Lightning Shared Scooter Company. And they promised everything. Another too good to be true opportunity, and a lot of people from around the globe have actually fallen for it. I actually went after the wrong scam originally because there was another scooter company that reached out to me on Telegram or WhatsApp, and this is how these companies get traction. They offered me a too good to be true opportunity. Why did that not raise red flags for so many other individuals? Do you really think there's a company out there that all of a sudden just wants to make you incredibly wealthy? However, they require your money to start up the wealth creation idea that they're talking about. When is enough enough? When are people going to realize that there's just company after company after company? And I'm using that word company incorrectly. These are not companies. Just recently, we have a company that, is telling people that they're set up in New Zealand. Their office address is 1 Victoria Street, Wellington. You go to that on Google Maps and it's a 20-story building. In their company registration, they don't even put what floor they're on. And when you look up the company director, he has no digital footprint, and it looks like he used a 2-year-old to sign his signature. But the company office here in New Zealand decided it'd be a good idea to let them register a company, to give them more credibility. Just because a company claims that they have registered and some government agent has allowed them to register their company does not make them legitimate. And honestly, I've been doing this for 5 years. I tell people I usually look for 3 main things, 3 red flags. The first red flag, does it involve crypto? If it involves crypto, normally it's an easy way to get your money, and it's hard for you to get your money back. It's a one-way street. As soon as you transfer your money to some mystery set of numbers, it's gone. Now, if you were going to do business with a person, they should have a bank account. They should be able to take credit card transactions if they're legitimate. If they're not, and they make up excuses, then that's a red flag. The second one is, do they suggest or recommend that you refer people into it? This LSSC company was all about recruitment. That is what I call multi-level marketing. It's a disgusting way to actually promote any business. So there's your second red flag. Does it give you a healthy reward if you refer somebody into it? Does it also give the person that you refer a backhander if they refer? Multi-level marketing. Hey, we go to Amway. Everyone says Amway does multi-level marketing. That's not illegal, but is it ethical? And is it sustainable? It can't be sustainable. I've been tracking multi-level marketing companies or reward systems for over 5 years. They promise unrealistic returns for investments. And the third one isn't even rocket science, guys. You don't even need a flag. Does it sound too good to be true? Look, it's easy for me to sit here and say, oh, you should have known better. But it is easy for me to sit here. I get criticized quite a lot from people because they say I'm a dream stealer. I'm ruining people's opportunities to make good investments. And the people who promote it, well, I often say they are the bottom feeders of the planet. They are the people that go out there and promote anything just to get that commission from you. And when you go back to them, it may have been a friend or a family member, and you don't want to speak out about them because you know that they're in the same boat as you. Well, yes, they might have been on the Titanic with you, and they might have sunk with the Titanic, and they'll tell you that they had more money than you invested, so you should feel sad for them. But what they don't tell you is they do this day in, day out, and they take the rewards that they get offered or given and either reinvest them in the platform because they're stupid enough to think that it's a good thing, or they take their seed money off the platform. And the sad thing about this opportunity that we're going to have a look at is that this will actually open the door for like-minded scams. Now, as I said when I started this video, hey, Queen of Karma, it's good to see you here. When I started this video today, I went back to a blog that I wrote a wee while ago, and it was about a company called, I don't even know how to pronounce their name, but I'll open up their blog. I'll just read the title because it'll be easier.
How I got approached by Yuechi Sharing Technology Limited, YS, and uncovered a likely Ponzi operation.
Yeah, so here was a company who was doing exactly the same, and they're trying to get traction. They've got a PDF where you can actually, if you have a look at the PDF, they have a pitch deck. And when I got interested, they were going to reward me if I just managed one of their scooters. Then they said if I buy a bike, a scooter, or an electric motorbike, I would get more of the take. And then when I acted like I'm even more interested, next thing they were pitching the franchise opportunity for New Zealand and Australia. And they gave me this PDF that you could look at. And it just grew from there. So I did a whole blog and expose on that and finished up chasing the guy who approached me down the street with a phishing warning because that's all they were doing. They were looking for idiots, unfortunately. When I started looking for content today, I had a look around the internet and there was 3 bits of content that I wanted to publish today. One of them was actually Ash Nafare, who is just absolutely crazy at the moment, who's meant to be, I watched your video this morning, Queen of Karma. It was crazy that guy's still on the internet claiming that he's going to rebuild something from nothing, which is amazing. And also already paid a $4 million fine. But I'm going to actually stay focused on this one. But I do want to do a video about that later on as well. So what have we got here, kids? We've got a stupid scooter that everyone likes that I'm holding up in my hand here. And I've got a funny look on my face. And I've got a company that's got a website. Did you check out the website? This is a terrible looking website. And this was the website that you were meant to invest thousands of dollars in. And all these images here, do these look real or do they look like they are AI generated? Well, they're AI generated. You know, massage chairs, umbrellas, a charging point. I don't know. They were going to go take the world by storm and you were going to be part of it and they just wanted your money so they could do it. Is that it? I didn't even have a good look at the website. And look, I've got one of these scooters. They're fantastic. And they look like they've just slapped their logo on it. You can actually even probably see these logos have just been digitally enhanced on top. Oh, anyway. So let's have a look at the scam and see why so many people fell for it. Let me bring it up. G'day, Mark. Good to see you here, mate. Let's see. I'm just saying hi to people in the chat room, which you can see behind my head. But this one here has been quite a big, it's been on my radar for a while. I haven't done a blog and I thought I'd get around to doing a summary. And the purpose of this is because I know how these scams work. And I know that the community that they use to build up, to sell, money and invest in these opportunities will be repurposed. So very soon you'll see other like-minded scams coming to the front. And I just watched a snippet of a video here from another YouTuber. And this lady here is absolutely demanding. This is just the typical video that you see. Now listen to this for a second.
Really, LSSC? I can't believe what I'm hearing, guys. From 4 days withdrawals to 1 week. Then they went on to say that you have to pay a verification fee before you can get your withdrawals. Then they dropped it to $75. That's desperation. Now the last meeting that they had, they said that nobody can get any withdrawal until 2027. That's absurd.
Really?
Yeah, Roy, I've watched a few of his videos, but why is that lady so surprised that this too good to be good opportunity has actually come up with an exit strategy that she doesn't like? And why does she actually feel that she has a right to even complain or can be complained and be heard? I would be interested to know what Rory actually says about this.
Is that what's going on till 2027? This lady here blocked me. She blocked me on TikTok because I made a comment that she's promoting Ponzi's. Apparently, she was promoting LSSC, then switched to Andes. Then I think she's promoting another one. Anyway, that's not important.
So there you go. There's a lady that was promoting it and already, as I said, has switched from one Ponzi scheme to the next. And this is what these people do. So my purpose of these blogs are to actually find out who is promoting it. And these are like lead generations for me. I want you to whistleblow. I want you to tell me who's been doing what. And I will actually just give you an idea of what we will be doing another video later on today with. If I go to my blog, the first one is we did actually do a blog on Matt from Booster Corp. And whistleblowers come forward, and we've published a quite extensive blog on what the whistleblower actually said. So we will actually do a whole video on that because it actually backs up what we've already published. But the idea behind these blogs is to literally get people coming forth. So if you have lost money to these scams, we want to hear about it. I mean, don't sit here with your hands sitting on your hands, as they say, and think that we don't want to hear from you, because at the end of the day, you are a victim, and you might think that I should have known better, but these people are professionals that come after you and tell you that you need to invest in a scooter opportunity. And remember, there's no scooters here, kids. There's no scooters. People invested in a company that didn't have any hardware or any proof of concept.
Why did so many people believe in Lightning Shed Scooter Company, LSSC? On the surface, the pitch looked genius. You buy any scooter, the company rents it out, and you earn daily passive income. It was sold as the Uber of scooters, except easier and far more profitable. Early investors bragged about doubling or tripling their money in weeks, and families across the globe convinced themselves this was the future of urban transport. For many, it didn't feel like speculation. It felt like owning a piece of a booming industry.
Yeah, so everyone wants to work from home. I do. I work from home. I struggle financially. I don't ever, people go, oh, you make money from your YouTube videos. I make about maybe $300 a month from my YouTube videos. I don't do this solely for the money. People ask me for advice all the time. I can spend an hour or 2 hours on the phone today and not get paid anything for it. Now, if you were running a real job and you were working, 8 to 10 hours a day, and somebody come along and said, oh, can I just have a moment of your time and take an hour and a half out of your day? It's not feasible. And I don't make money. And I don't want to say to people, I don't want to talk to you on the phone, but I wake up in the morning, I go through my emails, and I have to answer people, and I don't get paid for it. And then I get accused of monetizing my YouTube channel because I get a little bit of money for my time. It's kind of an oxymoron in a way. But if you do want to sponsor me, you can support me. When you are on my website, there is actually a way that you can pay $5, or you can grab a membership where you can sponsor me for $5 a month. And we've got all those there. Now, it's not the purpose of this, but I would like to do this full time. And unfortunately, I don't make the money to merit the time I spend on it at the moment. So let's have a read. How much money was lost to this China scooter scam?
How much money was lost in this China scooter scam? While exact figures are impossible to pin down, conservative estimates suggest tens of millions of dollars globally have been siphoned through LSSC. Reports collected from Reddit alone show thousands of small investors losing between $1,000 to $10,000 each, spread across North America, South America, Eastern Europe, especially Poland, and Serbia, and Asia. At one point, LSSC's Telegram channels boasted over 900,000 members, showing just how widespread the scam became before collapsing.
So that's kind of incredible, but this shows you how, quick these companies grow and how quickly they get traction. So this isn't going to be the first scooter scam, but is this going to be the only scooter scam that you get scammed by? Or are you going to look for a variation of it that sounds good, that makes sense to you? And are you going to make an informed decision as an investor to hand over your money in crypto to the next scam? Because I've got 500 people that promote different scams every day. And I've also got a database of over 180 like-minded scams where, it just gets ridiculous. I'm actually can't help myself here. I don't know if you guys actually really realize the scale of what's happening at the moment. If I get this right. So this is, I'll just bring up my database. So this is my database here, which is not public. And I've got persons of interest. So Netherlands, America, United Kingdom, each of those have people in them. So if we go into Americans, you can see these are all the Americans that I see promoting scams every day. And if I go to here, you can actually see that I actually have each of these are a profile of an individual that I see promoting Ponzi schemes and scams. So if I just went into this one here, I'll often have a photo of a person. I'll grab their phone number, and I have seen them on the internet promoting a get-rich-quick opportunity. If we go back here and we go to Ponzi schemes and scams area, in here, there are Ponzi schemes and scams. And, just to make it really, really clear, even the one that I'm doing right now, I don't think I've got any information on them. So I will do a right click on that. I'll go duplicate. Then I will open up a board. I will put the name of the scam in here. I'll put the name of the scam in here. I will go off to their website, and I will start gathering information. So I think, for example, I'd go for their website address, the first thing that I'd start gathering information on. Then I would upload a logo. Then I would go back to the scam area and I would put a little wee tiny icon on it. And then I'd go back to the members of the public and I'd put that over here. For example, I did one recently, just like this. This is another opportunity. I've done videos all about it. So, for example, I could go to back to my opportunity here. I could go here and I might think, well, I actually have a video about this opportunity, and that didn't work. Let me just put a hello, Susie. I think I just saw you in there. I'll just create a little link so I can put my video. So now I can put a video in this area. And also, because I have a blog about it, I can put it here. Now, my database is actually monitored by 6 different government agencies at the moment, and also a whole lot of reporters. So when they're looking for information about this one, they will reach out to me and they will ask me questions. But if I just jump through like we were doing a minute ago and I went to this scam, then we say to people, whistleblowers, people who have lost, do you have any screenshots of people involved? And then next minute I get all these photos of all these individuals, participating in a scam. This is what we've done previously. I'm not saying that's what's our SSC is all about, but we are asking for members of the public that have been burnt to reach out to us. For example, if you went to my website on the Contact Us page, we actually hold your mouse over the Contact Us or click Contact, and you'll see that we actually have a form on our website where you can complete information if you've lost money to a scam. Let us know. We want to document it. We want to put it in the database. We want to, expose these companies that come out with these flash PDFs to entice you. And I just, all due respect, and I remember watching Judge Judy or somebody say that once, all due respect often comes out with a statement that offends somebody. But if you have been scammed, then you need to wake up, because you are a victim and you will probably get scammed again very soon. So I'm feeling a little bit better, thanks, Susie. But let's carry on reading, because why did China scooter scam collapse? Why did this collapse?
Why did the China scooter Ponzi collapse? Like all Ponzi schemes, LSSC depended on a steady stream of new recruits to keep payouts flowing. The earnings weren't rental income from scooters. None have been proven to exist at any commercial scale. but deposits from newer victims. Once recruitment slowed and regulators in Canada began issuing warnings in June and July 2025, the cracks appeared. Withdrawals froze or were delayed. Websites kept changing: LSSC Canada Car, Fels.com, LSA.com, Licha.com, etc. New deposits were required just to unlock existing balances. By August 2025, the scheme was effectively dead, with victims locked out of their funds.
Their funds? Not really. I always laugh when we say their funds. People go, I've deposited $100,000 and it's paying me $10,000 so far. And you go, yeah, but you're still risking $90,000 and you haven't taken your money off the platform. Is a normal thing. People often argue with me because they think I don't know their app. They've made a lot of money and they hold up their app. And I'm going, are you ridiculously mental? Because if you went to the bank and you had $100,000 in there and they pay you no interest, that is apparently a bad thing. But if you go back to the bank in 5 years' time, you can still get your $100,000 out of the bank. But with these scams, they take your $100,000 and they throw it around and pay everybody to create enough hype so that you reinvest or you tell more people about it until your money runs out and the recruitment stops. Then it falls over. And then everyone's going, where's my money? Well, your money went as soon as you put it on the platform. And if you were receiving any money back, it wasn't your money. It wasn't your interest. It was some other person that's lost their money and they're paying you back. Why is it so difficult for the naysayers, is that what we call them, or the people to understand what a Ponzi scheme is? Because the judgment of any of these platforms is all because people who have put money in are getting money out. But the IQ behind these individuals is the fact that because they are getting some money out, they just blindly believe it because it's real, because they like the look of a PDF or an email or a video, or they trust some CEO that doesn't have a digital footprint, or their friend who they trust has done all the research. So you don't need to research and you just lose your money. Why is it that people are so stupid, all due respect? And why is it that people don't understand what a Ponzi scheme is? Because they received a little bit of their money. Now, anyone that says, well, I've actually made more money than I've put in. Well, aren't you just a clever fucker? Yes, you are. Because the only way that normally happens is because you've recruited other people into it. And you found another way to make accelerated incomes. I mean, it's time for the world to wake up. And waking up is not continually looking. You know, I get people who have lost money. Just yesterday, I did a big investigation on a new opportunity. And the lady that reached out to me said that I've previously, you've helped me because I've been scammed previously. And I said, oh, okay. And she said, but this time, I've got a new opportunity. And it was this opportunity called Wi-Fi. And she even set up a website to promote it. And she said that this one is the real deal, Danny, because I've done a lot of investigation. Well, I spent a couple of hours investigating it. And I also asked her to read my blog. And I know she hasn't read the blog because she's in blind faith mode. She doesn't want to read the blog. But then I said, well, if you want to, you can sponsor me to do an investment. I don't need you to do that, and I don't need to give you money. And I go, okay, well, I'll spend the next 2 or 3 hours here writing a blog, which I've done, free of charge, just so that I can help you not lose money again. Remember, you reached out to me originally, and you lost money, and you thanked me, and you even, she said she claimed to it, I can't remember, but she paid me $5 for a coffee. So I suggested that she paid a couple $100 and let me go to town and spend the time that it takes me to go through here and do a review on this whole service. One of the people promoting this opportunity that she's researched is Quentin Bradford. We did an investigation on him previously. We've tracked 30 plus scams opportunities that have fallen over. And here he was on a video promoting this latest opportunity. These people claim to be a bank. They don't have any banking regulation. Their own terms and conditions tell the truth about the company. They are not an investment opportunity. and they claim to be the world's first decentralized bank. So she set up a website to promote it, and she must have been hoping that I might be stupid enough to say to you guys, hey guys, here's a real deal. Here's the real deal, guys. Here's the real opportunity. And here we are. And what did she do? Well, she took her website offline because, it's a real, legitimate business. And imagine owning Visa and then letting your affiliate set up another Visa website. Well, that's maybe what she took the liberty that she could do. So 404 not found error would tell me that she's concerned that her information isn't real. And she even accused me of outing her because previously she had been anonymous. She had been wasting my time using a fake name. This time she was proud to put her name behind the opportunity. So I used her name. She didn't say I couldn't use her name. She didn't say this was anonymous. So I decided, well, if Jody is happy, I'll just publish what she told me all about it, and then I'll do my investigation. I have 100% proven that this company isn't real. But she said it's registered in Canada. But let's not get distracted. But when is it enough? When is it enough to see that there's a website creator out there that can make a website and put pictures of scooters in here? There's some fraudulent person that can put a little wee paragraph in the website that's meant to make you think, lightning scooter, I must get one. Or I get a bigger scooter. Or I go down here and they've got an app. And then they tell you all about the scooters. And all of a sudden, some website developer has convinced me that this is an opportunity of a lifetime that I have to tell all my friends and family about and give them a hard time if they don't invest in it. I mean, all due respect. So you've found out now, and hindsight's a great thing, and it's easy for Danny DeHick, aka the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger that spent 5 years of his life trying to warn people that that was a scam. And now, the second wave. The second wave is that people will be contacting everyone that lost money, telling them that they can help recover the money. And, I'm not even going to go there, but I did this last time. There's another company out there that is trying to stop me from exposing them on Trustpilot. And they're saying that they're a genuine company and they've got proper information. They were helping one of my victims who lost $100,000 to a trading scam. They were going to pay, she had to pay $2,298 to them so they could use special software so they could unencrypt everything on the blockchain to get her money back for her. And then they would have dumped that money that they got back from her onto a wallet. And they would have given her access to that wallet and said, see, we got your money back. And then they would have asked her for more money to transfer it from here to there. And then, or they would have come up and said she needs a special license for money laundering, so she needs to pay more. And they just would have kept taking the fat off the pig. Have you ever heard of it? It's called pig butchering. And that's what all these scams are ready for. So before you come to me, because I received an email today, and it's a lovely email from somebody, and they said, this is a typical email. I'm just going to read it to you.
I appreciate the work you do to help expose scammers. A group of friends and I were victims of the Optimus scam, and were roped in by Marlek Amir. I googled Marlek to see if anyone is talking about it, and that is how I found you and your articles. I know we're all busy people. I'd like to round up some of the people that are close to me who are also victims, and see if there is any recourse here. ChatGPT had been helpful, but it would be nice to have a conversation with you for 15 to 20 minutes as well. Would that be all right?
Yes, so the person wants to come back to me and ask for the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger's opinion. Now, they want my opinion now, and they've decided to search now, and they want my help. So the reason why is the person that I found behind it was this person here. And I name and shame people. So you go to Google, you put their name in it. This is the person that took my money. And then you come down here, and you can see that Danny DeHick, and you can see expose, scam, Ponzi, MLM. So I click on that, and what happens? It takes me to my website. And what happens then? It should take me to some content about this person. Let's have a wee look here. Reset. Is there anything? Is it just a tag with no content? Well, that's just fantastic, isn't it? Wonder why that come up. Yeah, that's funny. Something's not going right here. Hold it 1 minute, please, caller. There's no content. But normally, if I tag somebody, a blog comes in under it. So if that's the case, then I'm going to go back here and I'm going to see if I actually posted a blog about it. And I'm going to just grab that name in case I did. Right. So, yeah, I don't know why that. Anyway, that's interesting. So, and then we've come up here, and this is two people. Oh, I see. This is Optimus. All right. So these are two scams, which I've done in the past. And what I really need to do is I think I've got somebody helping tidy up some of my tags, but I'm going to put them back. So now I've got evidence that that person is obviously been promoting. So I'm going to put those tags back in there, and I go update, and we go update. And now when you go back and somebody searches Google for that name, which I'm just going to go grab that name, and next time somebody searches for that, then it's going to bring up my blog and two blogs associated with that person's name. And that's sort of what we do here. So can you get your money back is the question. So let's carry on with my blog. Is there any hope of recovering your money? Let's have a look.
Is there any hope of recovering money from this China scam? Unfortunately, recovery chances are slim to none. Investigators and victims have described LSSC's payment systems as using rotating crypto wallets that changed every 2 hours. Funds were routed through largely unregulated exchanges, making clawback nearly impossible. While regulators in Canada, BCSC, AMF, ASC, FCAA, FCNB, have all blacklisted the company, those warnings typically arrive far too late to help people already defrauded.
Yeah, so getting your money back, no, unfortunately. And who runs them? Well, I believe it's, mafia, human trafficking compounds, and no one really knows. Often I got asked by a reporter just yesterday who wants to cover some Australians that have set up a company, been promoting CR Global. And the first question the reporter says, "Oh, do you know their home address?" And I go, "No." I do know they've set up a company in Australia, though. Can't you track it through that? They go, "Oh, yeah, I suppose I can." And it makes me laugh because I'm meant to have every bit of information here. I mean, I'm sniffing around like a police dog at the airport looking for scams, and I've got a bloody good nose. But I can't figure out the age, the authenticity of the person, their family, friends. I don't know how much money they have in the bank. I don't know where they bank. I don't know a whole lot of details, but often we do find something funny about this one. You know what I'm saying?
Where was this scam really run from? China Links. While branded as a Canada-based business, LSSC is widely suspected to have been operated by China-linked scam networks, using the same playbook seen in other scooter Ponzi operations. These networks specialize in fake apps, shell companies, and aggressive international recruitment rings.
Yeah, so that's cool. With this link. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying is even though they claim to be Canadian-based business, it doesn't make it easier for us to find them. G'day, Bob. Nice to see you in here, mate.
The many names and domains of this China scooter scheme over its short lifespan, Lightning shared scooter company operated under a confusing web of business names and domains to appear legitimate and dodge regulators. These included LSSC Canada Incorporated, LSSC Edmonton Limited, LSSC Marketing Incorporated, LSSC Expansion No. 1 Limited, Lightning Shared Scooter Limited, and Lightning Shared Scooter Company Limited. Victims reported seeing websites under Felsk.com, LSCanadaCar, LSE.com, LSSC6.com, Licha.com, Litasa.com, and even Litapkites.com. This kind of domain hopping is a classic hallmark of online Ponzi schemes, designed to stay one step ahead of takedown requests and blacklists.
Yeah, so I do wonder, I'm just going to, I should have linked these through, but sometimes linking to a dead link isn't a good idea, but I'm just going to see if any of these actually still operate, which is always fun. So far, no. Oh, that one there, expected that I've got this one of these scams that we're going with at the moment. The FMA's put out so many warnings about it; it's just ridiculous. And they've actually listed 200 different domains, over 200 different domain names, and it's just it's ridiculous. And I have to show you that because just to put it in perspective, so CR Global FMA, and here's the I think it's going to be FMA responsible. I think I'll just have a wee look here, make sure I get the right one. I don't know if you do it, Susie, but I've actually got it at the moment where you can actually be emailed updates from the FMA, which is quite handy. That's not the one. Let's have a look. Reporting. No. Some of the reports that the FMA do is very good. Others are shockingly bad, I must say. I don't even know how to find that. The CR Global. CR Global. FMA warning. See, look, that's so crazy. Look, if I search for FMA warning, my site comes up before the FMA, which is just crazy. And then here's the it's Unix, and then somewhere down here we'll find the FMA warning. But even at the beginning of this particular blog, you can see that I've highlighted a couple of their domain names, which if you just open for shits and giggles, let's have a look. Where is the FMA warning? Did I put it in here? Please tell me I put it in here. I must have put FMA warning, FMA, here it is. Didn't do it. Okay, so if I just put FMA, so even if you go to the FMA's website and you just decide to search for something, you are lucky if you find it. It's the worst searchable website in the world. Let's see, did we find anything? No. Okay, so that one there, FMA, I should have linked it through. WhatsApp. So, like if you have to search this friggin' hard, and if you have an argument with the FMA, which I usually have on a weekly basis, and tell them that I can't find anything on their damn website, they get grumpy with me and they go, "Oh, you can find it. You can find it." And I go, "Is it the scooter scam and the Unix scam, I think, are all coming from China." Is that what you're going to say? So Unix scam, that's not even the one. That's another one. So, I mean, if I'm finding it that hard to find stuff on the FMA's website, just by not, even my own website will come up before the FMA's website. This is the one here. Is it how the scam works? Yes. So this is this there. So now we can get rid of all the other search attempts, but we got there eventually. But my point is very hard. So this website's still live, but I've heard that the app has collapsed and people can't get their money out of it. This one's been taken offline. But this is a warning from our New Zealand financial advisor, which is pretty good that New Zealand does this, but we are a first world country, so no doubt we can. So normally they don't normally do this, but here they explain how it works and how the recruitment works, blah, 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 how the scam works. And they've updated this quite regularly, but this is just to give you an idea. So don't be fooled if you go to a website and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh yes, we've had to update the website," because these scam companies will just keep updating their website. So you go to this website and when you get there, it actually looks like a completely different website to the other one, but it's got, similarities. I don't know why they do it, but look at this. This is how many domain names this one company has actually registered to keep their scam alive. And in the meantime, some poor bastard working in the FMAs had to keep answering emails from people going, "Oh, they've got a new domain name. They've got a new domain name. They've got a new domain." Have we got enough domain names here, kids? I think you get the idea. And this was updated on the 17th of April. It's the 22nd of April at the time, 18th of April. 18th of April, they're still updating domain names. It's been used by just one scam. And this scam is, we found New Zealanders and Australians promoting it. And I've asked a reporter to have a look at it. And the first thing she says is, "What's the home address of the person that you've seen promoting it?" It's frustrating, I tell you. Anyway, let's go back to this. This is another user login address. These are all the other addresses that they have, which I'm just going to have a look and see if you go back to the homepage of. No, they just take you to the login screen. But now never go ignore, just saying. But you get the idea, right? Oh, that one's been taken off them. And there's a PDF file. Isn't that great? All right, so let's carry on. So many domain names, don't get fooled by domain names. If you're not very good on the internet and you find it a little bit tricky, then don't go on the internet looking for an investment opportunity. It really is that silly. All right, thanks, Susie, for that.
The rebrand pattern, from LSSC to Yuechi Sharing Technology Limited, China-based successes, one of the clearest signs LSSC was never a real business is how it morphed into new names the moment its reputation collapsed. Victims have documented the same operators running projects under Andy's Mobility, Cellid, LTEC, and Lightspeed shared scooters. On May 26, 2025, I published an investigation into Yuechi Sharing Technology Limited, YS, which showed nearly identical red flags. YS promised profits from supposed scooter fleets, but the business model mirrored LSSC's exactly. Slick marketing, fake apps, crypto-only deposits, tiered investment levels, and heavy reliance on recruitment. The lesson: after one scheme implodes, many victims don't walk away, they simply switch into the next rebrand, often lured by the very same recruiters. That's how this cycle, often driven out of China, keeps repeating.
Yeah, so when you go to this website, this is a really funny one. I've done a lot of investigation on it. They have videos of all the scooters lined up, and I put them into AI and I said, can you please identify these scooters? And there's another company called like Blue Cloud. I'm not saying it right, but there's a similar absolutely established electric bike company in China, and they're using their video footage and blurring out all the logos so you can't see them. But if you looked at this, you would think, oh yeah, these are really big. And all of a sudden, China wants to get their dirty, disgusting electric bikes and put them in New Zealand. And while I'm on it, guys, I'm actually disgusted in a way. I will never buy an electric car. Now, that's quite an statement there, because I did a blog just a couple of days ago and a video, and I could not believe how disgusting Mark McCann did a video talking about how they are mining cobalt, which is the main ingredient for the batteries that electric cars use. And honestly, it just about makes me cry. But this video here shows how disgusting the electric vehicle industry is. And you will never see me driving around an electric car. And I'm not, this blog wasn't set up to say buy petrol versus electric. It was actually telling you that they're literally exploiting children to go down. This picture that you're looking at is representing a guy's kitchen. And the tunnel goes down 60 meters, and the kids get these big bags of the main ingredient used for creating these batteries. And I did a whole video about it. But you know, the fact that we've now got these electric scooters coming from China, you know, it just even makes me more sicker when I think about it, and that just triggered me. But let's carry on. So recruitment. So anything that asks you to recruit your friends and family, I mean, mind your own effing business. If you want to go out there and invest in a company and you want to take all your money out of your bank and you want to put it into a scheme that you don't know the CEO, you don't know the history of the company, they've got no proven concepts, they've got nothing actually happening at the moment, they're not on the share market, they're not registered anywhere decent, you can't ring them up, you can't visit their offices, and you want to put your money into an investment opportunity, you go do it. No problems. But when you are going to recruit other people because you have been told by the company that they want to share the love, and you want to recruit your best friends, your family, then shut the F up. Shut up. Don't push your religion or your cult on someone else. You can be an idiot all by yourself. You don't need to recruit other people, because when it all goes pear-shaped, and it will, and it does every day because I watch it, then You won't need to go back to your friends and family who won't want anything to do with you and apologize. Stop mucking up your life. Stop stuffing up your life. This is too good to be true. Nobody in their right mind should have invested in this company. However, a nice, soft and fluffy friend has come along and said, hey, why don't you do what I'm doing? Just because I'm walking off a cliff doesn't mean I need to drag you off with it.
Recruitment. The engine of the China scooter Ponzi LSSC didn't spread through ads or app stores. It spread through family, friends, and WhatsApp Telegram groups. Victims were promised bonuses and higher returns if they recruited others. Some even pressured relatives at family gatherings to get in before it's too late. The results were devastating. Households turned against each other, friendships destroyed, and reputations ruined when the money vanished.
You know, like, I just cannot, you know, like, I've got to show you something. Like, this is I've been stuck on these electric vehicle, these scams from electrics vehicles. I'm going to show you. I'm just going to show you a snippet of one of these videos, and it was this one here. This one here has blown my brain. This is I don't even know how to watch this. But this guy here, he's a bloody good reporter.
Is just the start of a grueling journey.
So this guy here went to China, right? And he managed to get to go into the factories, and they were in a car. They managed to get past the armed guards. They went into this. This is actually a mine in Australia, this particular one, but they're saying that these mines in China actually produce 11 times more bad JoJos than they do from the ones in China. So they went in here.
Keep going.
Where your helmet?
Watch this.
Okay, you ready, John? We've got a very small window to tell this story, so here we go. We are at the epicenter of the world's green electric vehicle industry. But as you can see, there's nothing green about this. This so-called industrial park produces more pollution than the entire Australian nickel industry combined. And it's a lot easier to do business here. There are no serious rules and regulations. There are no serious safety protocols. But if you're serious about environmental protection, think about this. This place produces almost 11 times the amount of greenhouse gases to produce the same battery as you would for an equivalent production process in Australia. And that is why they call this dirty nickel.
Yeah. Now I'm just reading the comment here. I own an electric scooter. I'm running a laptop at the moment that has a battery in it. I've got my $2,500 cell phone here that I haven't upgraded for a while. That's got a battery in it. I think we're all guilty of using batteries. But at the moment, there's this big call for everyone to switch from petrol to battery cars. But when you find out this documentary that I'm watching here, you know, they interviewed people who you know, have influence. They mentioned this guy here, this young guy that was. Look at the safety conditions these people
He's
working
an
in.
engineer at Morawali and a brave voice, hoping we can help expose the horrific conditions.
So that particular young guy was coughing up blood, and he has 3 times he's 3 times over the limit of mercury in his body. This lady lost her son when the factory had it blow up. So this is an explosion. So they interviewed somebody who works in this factory, and they said, how often do people lose their life or get injured? And he said, how many people? And he said between 8 and 10 per day. And he said, and people die every day in this place. You know, and this guy here is just
His back.
Look at this. This guy just broke his back.
And is now fighting to receive.
You know, and then not only that, they went to, you know, this is all the bad JoJos that they had.
Flag directly into the villagers' fishing grounds.
So that's all the bad stuff they can't get rid of. It just went on and on and on. And then he finished up actually after all that, they actually talked about, you know, they went to Australia.
From the global electric vehicle boom.
And in terms of electric...
So here's an Australian guy who's got the rights to mine, and they can do it ethically and produce the batteries. However, he can't because it's just totally not economical because China's undercutting everybody. So they used to have these quarries, which had, 1,000 people working at them. Now they've got 80 people working at them.
And keep the environmental...
It's just not ethical. So then he goes and confronts, he does a big time. There was a politician that was launching an electric...
There's nothing wrong with mutually beneficial cooperation if you can achieve it. Now, there's a new government in Indonesia. We will work with them as best we can to ensure that any developments here are in our mutual best interests.
Yeah, but Minister, what does the Memorandum of Understanding mean?
Well, there's a range of memorandums of understanding.
I listened to this guy and I just couldn't believe it. I just blown away, and maybe I haven't seen it, but like there's, okay, we're going after the electric scooter company. This doesn't matter whether it's an electric scooter. It doesn't matter whether it's a toothpick, a toto tree. At the end of the day, they will recruit people to sign up for these platforms because they give them a bonuses and everything. And that's why people fall for this, because they want to get rich because they've all watched Instagram too much and they believe that they can have that passive income as long as they recruit and their friends dumb enough to invest their money into it. And all the money doesn't go anywhere safe. It just goes off to China or the cartel-style networks or the mafias, the ones that have tons of money already.
Who should be held accountable for the China scooter scam? It's not just the faceless operators abroad. American, Canadian, and international recruiters actively push this scheme, posting fake testimonials online and persuading loved ones to invest. One name that surfaced from victims was Francois, reportedly acting as a manager, who reassured investors just before the collapse. Meanwhile, authorities in Salinas, California confirmed that dozens of local and global promoters pitched LSSC directly, with some persuading people to part with tens of thousands of dollars. These recruiters must be named and shamed. Even if they now claim to be victims, anyone who knowingly profited by recruiting others into an illegal scheme bears responsibility.
Yeah, get this, man. Go after the people. Look, this blog is a lead generator for me. I want people to come to me telling me that Danny DeHeck was recruiting me into it. I will put them in my database and we will go after these guys. We will pass the database because this is not the first electric scooter scam you're going to see. They're going to look at this and go, hey, that was a good one. A lot of people fell for that. So let's do a follow-up scam. That's how they work. So if you're wondering how quick these companies got their timelines, this is the
timeline of the collapse. Early 2024 LSSC emerges with its scooter rental pitch. Spring 2025 Telegram recruitment drives. 900K plus members claimed. June 19, 2025 Alberta Securities Commission issues first warning. June 23 to 24, 2025 BC, and New Brunswick regulators blacklist LSSC. July 4, 2025 Quebec and Saskatchewan issue alerts, withdrawals freeze. August 2025, total collapse. Victims locked out of funds.
Crazy. So obviously Queen of Karma saw a name in there. Who was it? Peter. Have I got Peter in here? I don't think I have. But every time I do one of these, I hear of another name. No Peter mentioned. But we need to name and shame these people. And why aren't they held accountable? I mean, I was watching Queen of Karma's video today, and we will probably go onto that. But let's go to Avengers, Queen of Karma. So you've got this Ash Mafare guy. Was it alive? Yeah, it was. 3,000. Wow, 5 hours ago. Well done. But this video here, this guy's not meant to be in charge of any company anymore. He's not allowed to fart in a jam jar, apparently. But reckon he's paid his $4 million personal fine, and the company's been fined, I think, $25 million. And here he is on a Zoom meeting. And what got me when I watched this, look at all the love hearts and the people saying they love him. He's just stolen $108 million from people.
Genuinely, your support has given us the strength at times when things were not as easy, when things were most difficult.
And the guys, I mean, this here is a video all in itself, but this guy shouldn't be on the internet. He is a disgusting individual. And it's just absolutely breathtaking. So what do we do to stop these guys? I went to the Global Financial Crime Summit, and there was an expert who was I think she was on the spectrum, but she was a university lecturer in the Sydney University, and she said you can't stop them. In front of 150 delegates from around the world, all in the same industry as me, she said you can't stop them. The only thing you can do is cause disruption. And she points at me in the audience and says disruption is the only way you're going to slow these people and cause them pain. So I'm out here naming and shaming these bastards, and that's what I do. Okay, so will it return? Well, I think I've already answered this, but let's listen.
Why this China scooter Ponzi model will return. The ugly truth is that this scam worked. Tens of millions were stolen before LSSC collapsed, which means the operators now know the model is profitable. Variations of this scooter scam, under new names and new domains, will almost certainly resurface from China and beyond. Unless victims and regulators spread awareness, the same playbook will trap fresh investors. It's a repeatable formula. Fake scooters, fake apps, crypto deposits, domain hopping, and endless recruitment.
So are you with me? Are you going to help me? Are you going to become an Avenger? Are you going to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can hear about... Do you want me to be at the bottom of the cliff telling you, hey, don't jump? Or do you want me to be at the top of the cliff with holding arms with other Avengers and saying to you, wake up. Stop being stupid with your money. Stop having to dabble on these platforms where you think that you're smarter than the average bear. And have you actually made money? I was actually watching a video with Mars Honda, as I like to say, the other day. And she was bad-mouthing me. And she goes, I don't know why he picks on me so much. And I'm watching it in bed actually with my partner. And I said, look at this lady here. And she goes, he picks on me for no reason. I'm not in charge of these companies. I don't own these companies, she's saying. I'm just like everyone else. I just promote these companies to people. That's all I do. And I'm going, you're a dumb beep, beep, beep. And then even my partner said, because she cut my mic off and I couldn't talk to her and I was trapped inside a Zoom meeting with Mars Honda. So I said, you dumb bitch. I typed it on the screen, you dumb bitch. And my partner go, oh, you shouldn't say she's a dumb bitch. And I said, but she is a dumb bitch, honey. This lady's mental. This lady thinks she's made no money out of it, but she's caused so much disruption. She's told people that this is a good thing. She said it in the name of the Christ, Antichrist, I think, but more like Jesus' name. I've seen her opening a meeting in prayer before she tells people to follow her off a cliff. And as she's doing it, she's taking the tickets of people so she can go back to the company and said, I want my rewards from promoting. And she takes the money out of the platform before it crashes. And she's got the money there and she's going, I'm cleverer than the average bear. That's how these scammers do it. And you're letting them do it. Why don't you stand up for yourself? Why don't you put your big girl and big boy trousers on? And why don't you tell the person that introduced you to it that you're going to complain about their activity to your local police? Oh, you don't know them? Family friend? Somebody else? Somebody from the workplace? There's a guy called Pascal at the moment. He works for the transport industry in Canada. I have filed an official complaint with his employee. He is now telling people that Danny DeHeck has made him lose his job. Oh, Danny's a horrible person. He was earning $127,000 a year, and now his job is about to go. I didn't lose money to him, but I knew somebody else who had lost money to him. And they provided me enough evidence so I could go fight their battles for them. And I put a complaint into his company, and hopefully, we still haven't heard because of the Privacy Act, he might have lost his job. His ex-wife reached out to me. I thought they were still married. I've got nothing to do with him. Take my name off the internet immediately, or I'm going to sue you for defamation. And I said, sue me for defamation. Looking forward to it. You're still married to him. You're still investing with him. You're building those apartments. That Airbnb. You're building it with him. Why would you be building it with your ex-husband? Oh, look, we do business together. None of your business, he says. I'm like, okay. This is what I go through. Fight. Stop these people. Stop listening to stupid people who are telling you what to do with your money, because it will return. And your same friend that lost money in the last opportunity will be telling you that this thing is the real deal. And you'll be given that fear of missing out speech. Oh, if you don't do it, you'll miss out. Well, you won't. You'll just lose more money. You heard it here first.
Call to action. If you or someone you know invested in LSSC, share your story. Every testimony helps build a stronger case against the individuals and networks behind this fraud. Did you recruit or were you recruited? How much did you lose? Which app or website did you use? Were you redirected to another scooter investment like Yuechi Sharing Technology Limited? Contact me directly via my website, dehek.com. Contact. By pulling information, we can expose the scammers, warn future victims, and pressure regulators to act faster. The bottom line, there were never any scooters. Just another Chinese Ponzi scheme disguised as innovation. Disclaimer: how this investigation was conducted.
Yes. I don't know how to help some people, really. But anyway, I wanted to do a blog about this. So if you're wondering how I gather my information, it's called OSINT, and I love it, open source intelligence. Also, if you're wondering who I am, well, I'm just the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger. And yes, I often say that I've been in the New York Times. That was the biggest deal of my life at the time, but I didn't really probably value it. The printed edition, and I couldn't get myself a printed edition of the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger in the New York Times. Unfortunately, even though I did order it twice, they sent it to the wrong address. $90 later. Anyway, I've been in other media outlets, but more importantly, if you are on my website, you can actually do your part. You can subscribe to my mailing list if you want, and every 6 weeks I think I send out a newsletter automatically. Must fix that. And the other thing is you can do is, if you want to talk to me, you can do an express chat. Now, somebody's just asked me for help. As I said, I had an email from somebody, and I'm going to read that again because this is a typical.
I appreciate the work you do to help expose scammers. A group of friends and I were victims of the Optimus scam, and were roped in by Marlek Amir. I googled Marlek to see if anyone is talking about it, and that is how I found you and your articles. I know we're all busy people. I'd like to round up some of the people that are close to me who are also victims, and see if there is any recourse here. ChatGPT had been helpful.
So what does the recourse mean? Does that mean these people have now lost their money and they want to come to the crypto Ponzi scheme avenger and they want to use my time free of charge? Well, maybe they don't. Maybe they want me to give them some hope. I can't help anyone who's lost their money. All I can do is tell you to stay away from the next scam. If you want me to review a Ponzi scheme or a scam, do a sponsored review. It'll be the best $200 you can spend. Trust me. If you want me to hold your hand and tell you to sharpen up and stop, giving away your money, grab one of those 3 services. It's up to you. Hey, at the end of the day, I'm not here for the money, but if you just want to support me, do check out the links on my website and also on the description of this video. You can see that you can support me by buying $5 a day. I've also got this thing that I've been working on at the moment, Find 5 full scam investigations. You can contribute to that, and you can read about what I'm actually doing with those. A scam investigation will be where I actually chase somebody down the street with a piece of paper on a scooter as he takes off, and I publish a whole blog about what I've found. Now, I've got defamation cases coming out my ears. I have people who are always sending me letters. I'm taking a personal risk when I publish anything about these companies. This company, I don't think they sent me a list, but when I confronted them and asked them for a right of reply, they ghosted me. They don't want anything to do with me now. Funny that. But do check it out. Look, I'm going to finish this video here, and I'm going to thank everyone that's been here. But there's my little scooter in the background. I'm going to come back in a few minutes. I'm going to actually do another video and do a follow-up on Booster. So I'm going to be back online in about 20 minutes, and we're going to have a wee look. But I want you guys to actually wake up, sharpen up, and think more intelligently. Don't get done by these companies that offer you investment opportunities. Romance scams is one thing that a lot of people are losing money on, but so are investment scams. And that scooter LSSC is just a scam. It's too good to be true. 3 flags that you need to sharpen up on. If it involves crypto, meaning that if you need to invest, you need to get your fiat currency, put it into Binance, transfer it into USDT so that you can invest in your little investment opportunity and watch it grow. And then they'll come back to you and say, if you refer your friends and family. So the first thing, does it involve crypto? Not saying crypto's bad, but it should be waving a flag. Second thing, if it also says that you get referrals for recruiting, and why shouldn't you get referrals for recruiting? Come on. I'm recruiting my friend, my family members, my auntie, my best friend, the dog groomer, the electrician, the power meter, the painter and the decorator, the plumber that comes to my house. I'm recruiting everybody. Why shouldn't I get paid for it? Yeah, it's true. Why shouldn't you? Such a good person. Are you a financial advisor? No, you're not. So you shouldn't be recruiting people. But if they offer you, if it's crypto recruiting and it just sounds too bloody true, good to be true, then that's your 3 flags that you want to watch out for. Hope you've enjoyed that video. I think we need more critical thinkers, and you need to be skeptical. See you in the next video, guys.